Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed by the guests and hosts of this show are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the company or the show itself.
A journey unfolds where spirit and soul meet. Welcome to Soul Licensed Tips and Tales. Get to know David and Jane and learn about the healing potential of Reiki. The world around them starts to glimmer with invisible energy as they open their third eye. In the heart of Sedona, a psychic unveils messages from the other side. Laughter, tears, and the warmth of loved ones echo through time, reminding us that love never fades. David's life fills with signs, license plates, numbers, and symbols guiding him. Each moment, a reminder that those we cherish are always by our side. Join David on this enlightening journey. Embrace the signs, nurture your spirit, and connect with the universe. Soul Licensed Tips and Tales awaits you. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other leading digital bookstores worldwide.
Well, hello, Explora bookworms, and welcome. This is Red, and today we sit down with an author in our exciting new segment here on Explora called Road to London. And of course, our today's guest, he will be heading to the London International Book Fair 2026, which will be happening this coming March 10 and 12 at Olympia, London, United Kingdom. And well, he won't be just, showcasing his books, but he will be doing a book signing copies live in or at the Explora's booth. So that will give the readers the chance to meet the minds behind these, interesting book that we're going to be talking about today. And, I would like to also highlight that Explora Books is incredibly proud to be part of this prestigious global event right at the heart or in the heart of the international publishing scene. So we invite everyone to stop by and, if you want to connect with our authors, you want to explore or check some of the books that we're working on or we're promoting, kindly do so. And well, our today's guest, he is the author of the book Soul Licensed, which is the book that we're going to be talking about today. His name is Mr. David Tuttle. Hello, David. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Red. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm pretty excited about your book because this is a very interesting one. And I bet, everyone would love to pick this book because, the world really kind of need this kind of book nowadays. But before we dive into your book, David, I just wanted to maybe kind of remind, or maybe just in case, our viewers for today doesn't even know you or doesn't have that much idea about who David Tuttle is. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I grew up in Ohio and spent some time in the Army and other careers after the Army. Got a few college degrees, but and basically I've been reading spiritual things since the late 70s. Spent decades doing that and building. It's kind of a building block and gaining knowledge in that area, and it eventually led to this book, which I had been on vacation in Traverse City, Michigan, and I saw a bookstore that had a psychic going there. I thought it might be fun to have a reading, and she said that my angels and guides wanted me to write a book or continue writing because they had contacted me 13 years earlier to put words to a blog or something, which I did, but I thought my job was finished. But with this psychic reading, and then I had been getting email prompts from psychic James Van Praagh, and about a book writing class, which the deadline for the class was 2 days later. So I took this as the prompt to write the book, and it took me 2 years to write it. But it basically serves as kind of a stepping stone to spirituality with all the things that I've learned and experienced and a guide to someone who wouldn't have those experiences or doesn't even recognize those experiences. So,
Well, thank you for sharing that to us, David. Uh, but talking about the book here, was there any specific catalyst moment in your life where that opened your eyes to spiritual energy, or was it a what do you call that? A gradual awakening?
right. Well, back there was a book, and my mother-in-law actually had it, and laying around. It was called Life After Life
Mm,
by Raymond Moody, and I read that, and it was basically a guy who worked in a hospital, and he ran into people that had crossed over and came back, and they told stories about it. And he urged other people to further research that. And I kept reading more books, attending psychic little conventions or something, and just getting psychic readings and personal experiences and reading more books and more books about that, plus other spiritual things, astrology and uh, different techniques that you can use for wellness and peace, etc., to relieve stress. But that continued for many years, and then the book, I've put it all in there, pretty much. There's more, but it'll give anybody that reads it will come away with something that they can use.
yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, David. But I've noticed as well that you shared many personal life lessons in the book. Was it difficult to be so transparent about your experiences with, let's just say, spirit guides and angels?
No, it's basically it's just when you're when your angels and guides want you to do something and you're on a spiritual path, you know
Mm,
it's the right thing to do. And if my personal experiences can help other people, I was very happy to put that out there. And if some people may not like that, but at least it'll be something in the back of their mind that they can refer to later. That will say, "Oh, yeah, I guess there was something to that." But everything that I mentioned in the book, and I relate it to a personal story in my life. So it's kind of an easy stepping stone to see how that works over time.
well, I mean, personally speaking, I've been, or probably you were not aware about this yet, but I've been trying to write my own book for so many years now, and sharing my own stories, my own experiences. It's sort of like a difficult part, or not really difficult, but I would say a challenging part to make it, you know, at the same time, how do you call this, to keep the readers, you know, engaged about your life experiences. So it's a tough one for me for now, but I'm learning. Especially for authors like you. It gives me the courage and as well at the same time some lessons on how to probably uh, or definitely finish my own story. But
Yeah,
I would
it's
like. Mhm, go on,
it's
go on.
go, oh, go ahead. No, it's originally, when you start writing that, you wonder, well, should I be putting all this out there and blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
then I don't really care. So
Well,
that's
that's
the
it.
way it ended up.
Yeah, well, having a book like this, definitely it needs some kind of a proof, right? That it happened,
Uh-huh.
that it is effective, right? I mean, this is a self-help type of book, and we need to make sure that you know there's a basis in everything that you're sharing to our readers. And by the way, for
Yes.
those
Yes.
readers that are or viewers that we have right now or today, if you are interested to get a copy of David's book, David, my question to you: do you have any social media accounts, or maybe a Facebook, Instagram, something like that, or how to call this, a website where they can find this book and about you?
Yeah, sole license tipsandtales.com.
That's your website.
It'll yes, and that, but you can look at Barnes and Noble and Amazon, and they give you a little kicker on it too. But yeah, they want it's all over the internet, so it's they should be able to find it.
Well, again, for the viewers that we have for today, yes, just like David mentions, it's available in Amazon, Barnes and Noble, whatever online distributor or book distributor that it's always there. Again, the title of the book is Soul License, and it's right on your screen right now. But I would also wanted to ask you this, David. Was it the what is the significance of the title Soul License, and does it refer to a
Oh,
specific moment of how to call this, the spiritual qualifications or permission?
well, yeah, it's sole license tips and tales, and it's sole license because the so license plates that you can get messages from license plates
Right.
very easily on a daily basis from your deceased loved ones and friends that show up. And it's so that's where I brought the title from, and I have references to that, of course, in the book. But the first, if my father showed up unexpectedly, and when my brother-in-law crossed, we would see his van, his red van, and the license plate number would reveal, have my sister's name or her letters and for the kids or something, or his name and the first letters of the two, and plus a van that looked exactly like the one my brother-in-law had. So it's, but it's anytime you go out every day, I see these messages in parking lots, walking
sign.
around the street, going to the grocery store, they're all over the place.
Well, that's definitely a sign right there, David. For those readers or viewers that we have for today, David, who may not have that idea yet of how your book looked like, do you have a copy of your book, David?
Yeah, yes, I do. There
Oh,
we go.
yeah. Can we? Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. So there's the license plate. That really okay. Well, that's a good looking one. All right, all right.
There we go.
And this is available in paperback and Kindle,
That's correct.
right? Is this also available in
Yeah.
an audio version?
Yes, there is an audio version of it too. Barnes and Noble, you can get it,
Okay.
and other places too. But yeah,
So
and I'm doing another Audible coming up too.
oh, so this is like a revamp of the of that version.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of an expanded. It'll be an expanded version.
Standard version. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that to us, David. And again, for our viewers today, please make sure to check David's book. It's available in Amazon, Barnes and Noble, in his website, and there's also it's not just available in Kindle version, but also in paperback and Audible version. So just check it out, because you're gonna enjoy and you're gonna learn a lot from this book. Um, One thing I would like to also mention or ask you, David, because many people want to believe that their deceased loved ones communicating with them, but often dismiss the signs as how to call this coincidence. How do you help skeptics distinguish between a random event and a spiritual message?
Well, it's called a synchronicity. And basically, these coincidences are probably 100% synchronicity if you look into it. When you meet somebody that you think you've seen in the past, or you meet a friend,
Mm.
you're meant to have that interaction along your spiritual journey. But synchronicities can also reflect, signs from your relatives and things like that. That you'll be in a place and you'll see a stop sign or something different, a street sign rather, that would be the deceased name on it and things like that. Or you go to play, and I had this. And we moved to Idaho. I ran into people that resembled people I knew in Ohio, which where I was working. So it's you can call that a synchronicity or whatever you want to call it, but it's very mystical and rewarding to have that.
Yeah,
And
I definitely
it's all
agree.
spiritual. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. To you, David. But for those readers who feel we can say the word stuck or alone right now, what do you think is the first step that they should take to begin a dialogue with their own spirit guides?
Well, I would suggest reading my book, but it's because it gives you a lot of different
Yeah,
areas. But
I agree.
but yeah, yeah. The because your spirit guides and angels are going to appear to you in different ways, and you can ask them for help, and I would encourage everybody to do that because they're not going to be around to help you for every occasion, and you can, if you want to call them in for a specific incident that you're not dying or anything, but it might be good to ask some help. You can call them in, but the you can go see a psychic, and if and you can, it'll resonate with you or not resonate with you, whether the psychic knows things that you should never know or she should never know, and that they'll give you messages from your. Some of them will give it from your deceased relatives. Some of them will just give you, more specific from spirit guides and things like that. But all good information. It's all positive information. So
Thank you again, David, for sharing your thoughts to our viewers. Of course, that will definitely going to help us as well to identify or maybe help us, in being able to connect with our spiritual guides. Everybody have that. I'm pretty sure, and I do have one for myself. It's all about really doing the first step, just like what you said. Talk to a special individual who have the ability to help you. Um, basically develop that. And if you have some
right,
challenges, or if you don't want to do that because you don't have time to go or to visit a special individual, then read David's book. That will help you. Just like what David says, right? But you also mentioned, David,
yes,
that you also mentioned, David, that nothing happens by accident. How has embracing this
right.
philosophy changed the way you react to negative or challenging events in your own life?
Yeah, whenever something negative happens or a challenge in your life, it's you've either planned it on the other side to gain spiritual knowledge and overcome that challenge, or your thoughts have caused the challenge, which you should always look towards positive thoughts and not dwell on anything negative, because the negative things in your life that challenge you, you should just send love and light to them, your enemies or your friends, because they're just showing you what you might dislike in your own self and not realize it. But everybody's here on a spiritual path, regardless of what it may seem. And the people you run into, your enemies, your friends, there are soul groups that stay together and come back as many different portions of a family. So it's part of it. But and you should always use your emotions to tell whether you're on the right spiritual path, because if you're having positive love, or your love and forgiveness, and you're not letting all this negativity in the world and everything else affect you, uh, or your neighbors or people you run into, people you work with, or anything else, you just send them love and light, and recognize that we're all eternal spiritual beings on a spiritual path. And we're just all trying to do our missions, and some people are more evolved than others. So you just accept that and move on from that. Help them out if you can, or just send them love and light.
Well, thank you for that one, David. Now, in this modern world that we're living into right now, the word stress is somehow of a very common word, or everybody accepts that already. But I guess my question to you, of all the easy ways to relieve stress that you mentioned in the book, which one do you personally find yourself using most frequently in your, let's just say, daily life, or not just for yourself, but let's just say applicable for everybody and effective?
Yeah. Well, I meditate twice a day for 20 minutes, transcendental meditation. I've done that for decades. And that's really a good stress reliever. I mentioned that in the book. But there are other meditations you can get in the internet that will relieve stress too and help you out. There are breathing exercises you can use just by inhaling in your nose, holding it for 6 seconds, and then breathing out your mouth, and do that, 2 or 3 times or more. And yeah, you can do that anywhere at any time in traffic. If somebody's bothering you, just take some deep breaths.
Right.
Yeah, because and what the funny thing about the traffic thing is, I found in all cases, but usually, if somebody's driving badly, it's usually a message from your one of your relatives. Because when I see that, I make sure I look at the license plate and see what's on the license plate, and usually it's a message from they're either driving too slow, or they cut me off, or doing some other crazy thing.
Right.
But
Right.
it's yeah. So don't be too mad at any crazy drivers out there. Just might be giving a lesson to you.
Yeah. Just a little bit of, a little honk, that should be enough. Just one honk. To kind of
Yeah.
remind the driver, hey, I'm right here. Be careful.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you mentioned you do, this thing for like 20 minutes, right? To relieve stress. But what if a reader only has 5 minutes a day to dedicate to their, spiritual journey? What do you think is the most impactful thing that they can do?
Well, they should actually exercise. Actually, if it's mind, body, spirit, and you really
Hmm.
uh, should exercise at least 3 times a week. I exercise every day because you release endorphins. If you can get outside to exercise, that's even better. But if you have to do it inside, that's good too. But that
Hmm.
in itself releases endorphins and makes you feel better. And plus, you can go through your day better with a healthier body than you could if you just eat junk food and never exercise.
Yeah.
You're ruining part of the
Oh,
reason you're
yeah.
here.
Yeah. I agree. I've been doing some workouts as well from time to time, despite of my very busy schedules. But yeah, that's true. Going to the gym or maybe just having your a home workout kind of relieves stress at some point. You don't need to really spend an hour or two
Yeah,
hours in the gym, at the gym just to, keep yourself at shape. It's not about just, you know, making those muscles, but well, I guess I mean, I'm no expert. I'm not a doctor, but just based on my personal experience, it kind of helps you to forget and release the stress that you had for that whole day at work. So yeah, go to the gym, 5 minutes, do
yeah,
a home
yeah.
workout. That really helps a lot, right, David?
Yeah, if you can do cardio and get your heart rate up, you can do that just on an exercise bicycle. Do 10 minutes of sprints. If you have one in your house,
Yeah,
just do 5 or 10 minutes of sprints and head out the door.
I agree.
It's
That's
so
definitely a
it's
good.
easy to do in short increments. You can do it too, rather than an hour or 2 hours. You can do that if you use cardio. If you get your heart rate to a high level. Don't do it right away if you're in bad shape, but gradually go up there.
Right. Well, as one of the things that I've noticed here, this book or the book aims to leave readers with sense of hope and peace. But what is the one thing you want a reader to feel the moment they close the final page of your book?
I want them to feel a message of hope and peace because there is no death and there's no sense in worrying about death,
Mm.
period. Because when you die, this means the life you planned is over, you've accomplished your missions. And that could be just to give other people an example of, oh, he died young, oh, he died as a baby. All that stuff is planned out. You plan that on the other side. It's no life is lost. Everybody, when stillborn babies, when they go back on the other side, they're just souls, and you meet them again. So yeah, for people that have lost children like that
Right.
in any way, shape, or form,
Well, that's definitely
some people
difficult.
come over to yeah,
Go on.
go
You're going.
ahead.
Sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
go on.
some people come over to experience different disabilities and so on, and just as an example to other people. It's how they work through that challenge. You might think, oh, they really have a tough life, and they may not realize it themselves, but gradually they'll work up to that, and it's when they go across over to the other side that you get some points for that. You want to become as spiritual as you can and do the right things, treat everybody as the you would like to be treated as eternal spiritual beings, regardless of what they look like or don't look like, or what they say or don't say, or whether they are mean or whatever you run into. But it's all for the good.
Well, thank you, David. Well, I guess my very last question for you, or one of the last questions, I guess, that I have for you today, David. What is the biggest misconception about psychics or should I say, spiritual energy that you hope Soul License, all right, tips and tales will help clear up?
Well, in all my dealings with psychics, I've I've usually just used them for fun because it was kind of fun to hear what they have to say. Um, and my wife would use them for, talking, other relatives and see what they're up to. But the you can get something out of every psychic reading, and you can tell if it's a legitimate psychic reader. Now, you may not realize it's everything they say to you is important, but it might come up 6 months later. I had an instance where the psychic started talking to me about getting $50,000. One was client and somebody he knew,
Oh,
and then they bought a hot dog stand with it, and I thought, what's this got to do with me? He was saying that I would get something like that, but and then I did about 6 months later. So I thought back to that guy. It came out of the blue, uh, you know, the right amount, the same amount, and but it was just crazy. It was but that's the way, he took it as an example. The spirit guides, he gave an example of that, that I would know that something is coming down the road, but it happens. And they
well,
also give you insight in many ways.
go
Yeah,
on.
go ahead.
No, you're going. Sorry. I cut you off right there. I thought you were done. Go on.
Yeah. No, they give you insight in many areas of your life and what your what's happening in your life and so on. You can tell, you know, and if nothing's clear to you, and they think, well, that's a waste of my time, but it might come up later that they were very true in what they said. So you never know.
You never know. Yeah. Well, I guess, for the readers and the viewers that we have for today's episode, please, check David's book. It's David Tuttle. You're not going to miss that. It's right on your screen right now. And the book Soul License and Tips and Tales is right in front of your screen right now. Just check that out for me or for us. David Tuttle and I would love you guys to, check that. And at least, don't forget to leave a comment, your feedback about his book, about this wonderful book. You're going to learn a lot from it. I've read it. I enjoyed it. And it's becoming or giving me the idea of how to be more connected, not just, spirit, in spiritual world. At the same time, it really helps me to be a better individual because, it kind of helped me understand how to be also, like more focused on to myself than thinking about the negative side of what's happening around me. And there's a lot that you can learn out of this book, really. um I guess my very last question for you, David, today is that what's next? Do you have any upcoming events, upcoming maybe interviews that they can look forward, books maybe that you're working on, or projects?
Now we're working on the extended audio portion of the book. We're doing that.
And how
And of
soon it will
course,
be
we'll be in
available?
London to sign books. Maybe it'll probably be out. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be out this year. It'll be later, a few
Mhm.
months down the road.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're still probably working on with that team that's definitely doing the editing or the narration of your book. Um, but yeah, for those who are interested to check David's book, you can check that out in Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and his website. Just right in front of your screen right now. You can check that out, and please get a copy, and you'll enjoy it. I'm telling you, I enjoyed it. Just like what I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure you're going to learn a lot. from David's book as well. All right. Well, I appreciate you again, David, for giving us the opportunity to do this interview with you today. And again, just like what you said earlier, you'll be in the London book fair, or London International Book Fair, this coming March 10 and up to 12, right? You're going to be doing a book signing right there.
Yes.
And for those who are interested to see David, or you wanted to grab a copy of his book, well, just stop by in Explora's booth, and make sure to get a signature copy from David, and you're gonna definitely enjoy reading his book. At the same time, if you have questions that you would like to throw directly to David, well, he would be more than happy to answer that for you guys, in person, okay? Not just, via any kind of social media platforms. Again, thank you so much, David, for, taking this or giving us the opportunity to talk to you and to share your wonderful book to everyone.
You're welcome.
Well, until next time, keep reading, keep exploring, and keep discovering books that can possibly, move you, just like David's book. And don't forget to follow us as well on our YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram, or visit our website, www.explorabooks.com. Until next time, goodbye.